As an introvert, when I created my very first video, I was having all the feels. I was really nervous about getting on camera. I was frustrated with trying to perfect everything. And I was really fearful because I didn't want to be judged. And I knew that people were going to criticize, and I wanted to avoid it at all costs. Just hitting the record button was literally a huge challenge. I remember the day of being like, I just don't want to do this. And then just the challenge of pressing record. Something that small and insignificant was just really wreaking havoc on my overall confidence. After 5 videos in 5 years, what helped me the most was... Hey there, if you're new to this channel, I'm Vicki, a once very shy and still introvert video marketing coach and recovering perfectionist. If you're an introvert and wanting to get more confident on camera so that you can get more visibility and be seen and heard more, hit that subscribe button because you are in the right place. I share video strategies, tutorials, confidence tips for entrepreneurs, small business owners, coaches, and realtors who want to get more visibility so that they can get seen and heard more. Okay, back to the story. After 5 videos in 5 years, that's considered consistency, right? At least for introverts. What helped me the most in overcoming all of those negative emotions that I had associated with creating videos was focusing on the 3 Ps: psychological, physical, and practical. Let me break those down. The first P is psychological. You've heard the term psyching yourself out before, right? Well, it's a real thing. It's what happens when you intimidate yourself and take away your own belief that you can do anything you put your mind to. I'm looking at my notes because this video is a much deeper dive than I typically go to, so I want to make sure I hit all the points and give you all of the goods. The problem with psyching yourself out is it leads to self-sabotage. The things we fear will happen will actually end up happening, and it's all because of our mindset. We've shaken our confidence. Now it's time to course correct. How you can do this is twofold. The first thing we need to do is acknowledge this is where we're at, and that's okay. The second thing is we need to figure out why. The real reason, not the reason you keep telling yourself that's helping you avoid actually doing it. Is it an excuse or is it a real reason? Whatever it is, I can actually help you get past that so that you can show up on video and be confident, more visible, and be seen more. But first you need to identify what it really is so that we have some place that we can start, and then we can move forward with no judgment. Another contributing factor to our psyche and confidence on camera is what we tell ourselves. I vividly remember telling myself, I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this to myself? Like, I have every urge in my body is to not do this. Then I was walking around my house trying to find the best location, make sure I have the right lighting, the right back wall, the right setup, the right camera, like everything set up the right way, the way that I felt was going to be the best at that time. Keep in mind, this was back in 2011 when we didn't have all of these things, or at least have them all available to the common folk. I had all those feelings and all those questions coming up, and I just couldn't find the right combination, the right setup that was going to give me that really good look that I wanted to have. What I was doing at that time was actually self-sabotaging myself. I had everything I needed in the house, but I was looking for every excuse and every reason not to do it. So what you're doing right now is you're coming up with a reason or an excuse as to why you can't or why you don't want to get on camera. You could be doing the same thing that I was doing. You could be telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you don't have the right equipment, you don't have the right setup, you don't have the right lighting, the right microphone, and all of those things. And the truth is you have everything that you need right now. All those things that you're telling yourself, those are intentional actions that undermine our progress and prevent us from achieving our goals. Think about it. Sabotage, the word itself means deliberately destroy, and then you've got self. So self-sabotage, you're deliberately destroying yourself. We literally are creating the chaos ourselves around not showing up on video. The good news is we can get rid of it, and I can help you with that. How we can best leverage psychology as an introvert is to imagine that you're already on the other side of the video. It's done, you're feeling great about it, you really get into your mind, your body, and your soul of already completing the video itself. There's a boost of serotonin when you do that, and that hormone is actually associated with confidence. Serotonin is considered your leadership hormone, It boosts willpower, self-esteem, inner satisfaction, confidence, and a sense of purpose. So when you get that jolt of serotonin, it boosts your confidence, which energizes you to keep moving forward. The second way that we can leverage psychology as an introvert is to fully prepare for recording the video. One of, or many of the characteristics of an introvert are that we like to research. We like to do study independently. We're really good at analyzing, and then we're also really good at behind the scenes productivity. With those three qualities alone, you have a recipe for all the things that you need to fully plan and prepare your video for the most success. When you fully prepare to create a great video ahead of time, that automatically boosts your confidence so that you are showing up that way on camera as well. The second P is physical. I included 15 tips to boosting your confidence on camera for introverts in a guide that I just released, which I will include below this video. If you want to download it, it's free and it's all yours. A few of the tips I included in that guide that I'll include in this video are your appearance, fidgeting, and breathing. The first one is appearance. You're going to want to obviously make sure that you are physically, appearing the way that you should be. You've showered, you've brushed your hair, that sort of thing. You don't have to get, if you're a female, you don't have to get all dolled up and get your makeup done, your hair done if you don't want to. If that's not the way that you want to show up, or if that's not what your ideal customers expect you to show up as, then don't do that. If part of your brand is to show up in a sweatshirt and that's what they like and that's what they get to know you for because it's got your brand on it, or if you've got a hat and you've got your brand on it, then continue doing that because you're reinforcing your brand and that's what they recognize when they see you. The reason why I'm bringing this up is that your appearance and how you feel and how you present yourself on camera and even off camera, the way that you dress and the way that you prepare yourself is actually a way to boost your confidence on camera. The second tip for the physical aspect of showing up confidently on camera for introverts is fidgeting. This can be really difficult for people. I know I talk with my hands a lot, as I'm doing right now, but one of the things that you'll want to do if you do tend to fidget a lot, whether you're sitting or you're standing, is if you're standing, keep your feet firmly planted so that you're not constantly moving around, and then kind of lock your fingers like this and then just kind of drop them in front of you. That way your hands and your feet are occupied, and that'll allow you to focus more on the camera instead of like what your body's doing. If you're sitting at a desk, you can sit with your ankles crossed like I am right now, but you can't see that. And then on the desk, you can, just put your hands here, or if you talk with your hands, just be aware that you're not, doing all these, sorts of things where you're picking up things and you're doing all kinds of stuff, right? So you don't want to be fidgeting, because if you're fidgeting, you're distracting your viewers from your message, and your message might get lost, which will cause them to scroll past you and go to some other video. The third tip about the physical part of showing up confidently on camera as an introvert is breathing. If you've recorded videos and you realize that you're really exhausted at the end of the videos, I've done this plenty of times, and I still have to practice my breathing exercises before I actually press record. But the reason being is a lot of times you're talking and you're not actually breathing while you're talking, which is actually pretty exhausting. So what you want to do is take 3 to 4 slow, short breaths in, and then breathe longer, slower out, and that'll actually help calm you and keep you more focused. The third P in helping introverts show up confidently on camera is practical. We are our own worst critics. In fact, we're going to look at our videos and be very critical of all the things that we did wrong instead of focusing on the things that we did really well, right? That's just how we're wired. What I'm looking for you to do is to not be so critical, especially as you're getting started, kind of going back to the self-sabotaging thing, but really looking at it as not over-criticizing or over-analyzing what you've done. Showing up on camera, pressing record, recording a message, publishing it for people to see, all those things are huge feats, especially as you're getting started. So don't self-sabotage yourself and over-criticize on the things that you did wrong. Instead, do this. You'll want to find one thing that you can do better next time. Not a whole list of things, one thing. Then you're going to make a list of all the things you did really well. because I guarantee you, if you really focus on that 5-minute video, that 10-minute video, and identify the things that you did really well even before you got on camera, you're really going to surprise yourself at how long that list is. So I'm going to ask you to follow my 1% rule, and that is to find that one thing that you can improve on next time. And to remember, this whole thing about showing up on camera and building confidence takes time and it takes patience. It's something that is really, you're getting into it for the long haul. So when you keep that in mind, then you're going to realize that, yes, if I do one course correction each time or one correction in each video with each new video I create, you're going to start to see that you're getting better and better. And once you've done one thing and you've corrected it, now you've got that in your toolkit of things that you're not going to need to improve anymore because you already have. So now your list of assets or things that you're doing really well in your videos really starts to pile up. Okay, introverts, now that you have the tips that you need in order to show up on camera confidently, check out this video where I give you my video strategy.